Welcome to the Brain Hickey podcast, resources to help you give your audience a brain hickey. I'm your host, Adam Bensman. Welcome to episode 3 of the Brain Hickey podcast. Today we're going to talk about building a content strategy and a content schedule to execute for your business, or if you're a marketer, for the businesses of your clients. Now, our first episode talked about what a brain hickey is, that long-lasting mark left on the brain by a powerful brand message. We then talked about how to build your brand story, our 3-step formula. So that's the backbone that we've built to now execute our content strategy and schedule. So here's how we do it. And I do this with all of the clients that I work with on a one-on-one basis, whether for marketers or entrepreneurs. So first and foremost, we need to write a content mission statement. Now, this mission statement is going to embody 2 things. Number 1, it's going to embody your brand story, and 2, going to make a statement of what we promise to deliver to our audience. So Brain Hickey, our content mission statement is this: to provide actionable and inspiring resources to help marketing companies and entrepreneurs give their audience a brain hickey. Okay, so that's our statement. We want actionable and inspiring resources delivered to you to help give your audience a brain hickey. So you need to write your content mission statement, and it can be short, it can be sweet, and it can be concise. But what it must do is actually be implemented for every piece of content that you produce, from your blogs to your email marketing to your social media posts on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Anywhere you produce content, it needs to follow through. It needs to live up to its expectation. So now what we need to do is determine what mediums we're going to be producing content for. Now, for most companies, that's going to be some form of a regular blog, some form of social media posts, albeit Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter as the main platforms. If you're doing video, which is extremely powerful, are you posting on Vimeo or YouTube? So first, identify all the content medium platforms. And please do include any white papers, ebooks, downloads, guides, blueprints, any tangible assets that you're going to be using as a lead source. All right, so we've got our content mediums laid out. Now, what we want to do is focus every piece of content that we produce on email subscriptions in order to create the highest converting content strategy. We need to focus every single piece on getting something in return. Emails are the most powerful piece, the most powerful thing that we can obtain to build our database, because selling an email is gravy. I mean, it is golden. We have direct permission to contact someone, we've developed trust, and we can land in their inbox, which is essentially landing in their pocket. So everything that we do, we want to link to some sort of white paper. We want to link to some sort of subscription or email sequence or how-to series. So step 2, how can we determine what we're going to give away? And here's an easy way that I do it. I use lead pages. Lead pages is super simple, and I'm not a tech guy. I figured it out. So what I do is I first develop a simple guide or a resource I want to give away, and I type it up. I even often use Google Docs, right? Let's keep it stupid simple. Write it up on Google Docs, put my logo in, some graphics, download, save it as a PDF. I then log into my WordPress site, I upload it under the media side, and I grab the link. Then I go to my lead pages and I create just a capture page to get an email address in exchange for the really cool tool that I created. And what I do is I link that thank you page to direct them right to the asset that's hosted on my website. Now I've got their email that's going to go into my list, and I can mark it to in any way that I'd like. And I know I'm giving this away because some of you are going to log onto my site and give me your email to download some stuff. And the cool thing is I actually make sure to have really awesome stuff that's worth downloading. And if you don't want to receive my emails, you just click unsubscribe. So now, what can you do? What piece of information, what white paper, what ebook can you give away? And if you're a marketer, don't get overwhelmed by bogging down your ad team or worrying about getting a copywriter involved and putting together this extravagant stuff. I mean, you can take infographics, take the concept of a blog and make a really simple outline of what was said and make it easy to read and easy to digest, something they can maybe print out and hang up on their wall in their office and actually use. So when we focus every piece of content on subscription base of obtaining an email, we now have a much higher converting potential in our content strategy. So don't worry, don't get overwhelmed by all this new stuff, right? We were thinking to ourselves, oh my gosh, I've got to create blogs and social media posts and maybe a podcast and videos, and then I got to create white papers. Is this guy crazy? No one can keep up with this. But the truth is this, it's actually not as difficult as it sounds. The reason is every single piece of content that we decide to put out there, we want to be able to repurpose into something else. So if we write a blog, how can we take that information from the blog and turn it into an infographic or potentially a template? Now you'll jump on my site and you'll see some template letters that I put together. And it's stuff that I've written in the past that really works. So I'm reharvesting it. I know it works. It was easier for me to produce, but it brings a ton of value to the people that are consuming it. So if you're going to write a video script, which by the way is probably the highest ROI copy to purchase, because you can take that video script, build the video, take the video script, turn it into a blog, and then take the content from there, turn it into an infographic or how-to or some sort of email series. So it's super, super, super high value way to repurpose your content. And you can splice it up any way that you want. So next, what we're going to do is identify what days we'd like to post. Now, depending on the size of the business and the type of content to produce, the type of services you've got, you'll have a ton of different opinions. Whether people say, hey, you need to post every single day or once a week, use what works for you. What I'll tell you that I know is that doing B2B sales, Mondays and Fridays are a dead zone. People are halfway out the office and barely in it on those respective days. So I like to focus most of my posts on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Fridays, I found that mornings can be okay when they're not sales related, but they're fun content. People don't like to make decisions, or if they do, they're going to earmark something on Friday and forget about it by Monday morning. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are awesome. Mondays, I kind of focus on my tool of the week, something informative and helpful to stay top of mind, but I'm not going to try to make a sale on a Monday because people are coming to the office and overwhelmed. And I've tested my emails, and to me, business to business mornings work best. So understand your audience and do what works for you. If you're in consumer sales, evenings often do better than mornings because people aren't at work, or middle of the day when they're on a lunch break or checking Facebook or kind of checked out from work here and there. So what I want to do next, we've got our brand story, right? Our formula. We have our content mission statement, which is going to be the backbone of our promise to our audience. And we've got our different mediums. So write down each day of the week, Monday through Sunday, for each platform. Okay, so you're going to make a little spreadsheet. Then what we're going to do is make a post on each day. All right, so let's say our social media strategy. I personally I like to post near every day, so Monday through Sunday. And my social strategy goes like this. Monday is my tool of the week. Tuesdays is my podcast. Wednesdays is talking about my products and services. Thursdays, I post a blog. Friday is a fun story. Saturday is a sample project of the week. And Sunday is something personal, something I can connect with my audience on so they can get to know me. So let's look at that social strategy for your business and for marketers, for the businesses that you work with, and map out and literally just put the day of the week and then next to it what the topic is. All right, so we've got our social done. Now let's talk content on the site. For our blogs, we want what days are they going to post? Like I said, I do two. I do Tuesday podcast, Thursday blog. That's what's up there. So I've got my content on my site down. Now on my emails, you're going to have your emails. Do you do a quarterly newsletter, a weekly newsletter? I like to do some weekly stuff, and you'll see emails from me on Fridays in the morning. And I like it because I've seen it from other people, and it's fun and it's engaging, and I have the time on Friday mornings to read it and digest. So the takeaway is this. Piece by piece, we're going to kind of plug this all together, everything we talked about. Number one was we have our brand story. Okay, that's our why plus our top benefit plus our tilt or our differentiator. We've got our content mission statement, which is our promise to the audience. We've got a chart laid out with each single copy medium, social media, blog, video, email, okay? And social media is going to encompass Facebook and LinkedIn and all that. Then we want to take each day of the week and simply write the topic. whether it's a tool of the week, whether it's your video series it's going to produce, or your blog. And we map that out. And what will happen now is we have developed a content strategy. So everything you produce is going to follow that content mission statement. We know what type of thing posts on what day, and we start to build some regularity with our audience. They'll look forward to your Friday morning emails. We want to focus all of these pieces on obtaining email subscriptions. That's the best way for us to have the potential of maximizing our conversion. Get emails, get emails, get emails. So every piece that you build, now if it's a video, link on YouTube, have a call to action to your website or to a squeeze page to give away a supplementary piece. If it's a podcast, link them to your website so they can land on your website and then download something and engage with you and your brand. If it's a blog, say, hey, we're going to talk about 3 easy steps to increase your cold sales email response, which, by the way, check out on my website if you're in sales. You can go there and you can download it and you can see my funnel. So whatever it is, we want to focus on conversion. And this is where most people make the biggest mistake, is where they put out content for content's sake. So put out content for your content mission statement's sake, focused on subscription. Subscription equals conversion. Now, if you're not in a position to provide digital assets in the name of ebooks, white papers, blueprints, focus on conversion then. Getting people to book their appointments with you. I like to use tools like Calendly, so someone could book a call with me in a second. Go on my website, they click, boom, it's scheduled. We don't have emails back and forth. So whatever you got to do for your business, focus on that conversion. So thanks again for listening. That's all we've got today for building your content strategy and schedule. If you stop in my office, you'll see I actually have mine printed out and hanging on the wall with my content mission statement, my conversion strategy for email subscription, each day of the week for each medium, and I execute. And I wish upon you to be able to do the same. Thank you again for listening. You can access all your supplementary podcast goodies at brainhickey.com. And don't forget to click subscribe for new episode alerts every Tuesday. This is Adam Bensman signing off the Brain Hickey Podcast.